Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks, episode number 4. Really wanted to get out of 1915 last episode, but boy, now that I think that we have the pop-ups diminished a little bit, maybe there, we should get there at least this episode. So let's see what the future holds. We know that we have a nice game plan, I think. We're going to build the hard attack tank first, then the soft attack tank afterwards. So without further ado, let's just get this one resources thing done, and then we can start building new tanks. On top of that, so we only want 2 of this new one because this is going to be the last that we build of this for the next contract. It's going to take 10 days for that to happen, that's fine. And then we'll go ahead and we'll start getting some more resources though. No, I don't see any reason not to just continually build up a pool of resources. So we'll do so. Maybe 7,000 here now. We probably have enough rubber, but we'll get some of that. 3,000 on this and no glass. We'll just assign that order. Okay, moving on. Got both of those things done. Next things up is a design finishing in 6 days. So we're going to be under 1 million after our next... Okay, delay on that, that's fine. Yeah, there's the Warhorse Mark II. Very good. And that's so we have the new treads. New treads, we have the new engine. Still don't know if we'll actually use it or not. We'll probably send, I guess we'd have to hire new engineers to do that. I was going to say we could have some engineers working on the upgrading the old engine in case it is what we need while we work on the new design, or I don't know. But I guess we'll just find out when we get to the design phase whether or not we need to delay to upgrade the older 6-cylinder engine or not. This one's already been designed. Yeah, so now it comes down to the sponson. We definitely want to upgrade the male sponson. Let me take a look, first of all, at what we did for this one. Yeah, it was wrought iron. It was this Mark II. So Mark II door and hatch, but otherwise, yeah. So we can get the RHS steel and we can do the bolted assembly. Now, bolted assembly is okay. It reduces reliability, but it increases repairability. It also increases volume limit instead of taking up volume. So it's just better to do, and we will do it. But you know, not like in every attribute is it better. Yeah, better. 1, yeah, it's better. Yeah, so not in every way. There are some setbacks to it, like the reliability is worse. That's okay. It's enough things are good about it that we'll take it. Okay, so this will take 5 days. And while we're at it, I just have to think though. Are we gonna do the better? Are we gonna use a female sponson? We have this thing, which is 139. I think we're just gonna go with, because it's ×4 attack for a hard attack on the Vanguard tank. Yeah, I feel like we're going to really kill the contract if we use 2 male sponsons, so we're going to do that. And eventually we'll get the combo sponson, which is a little bit further away down the tech tree. Not yet, though. British Irish. Yes! Yes! We've done it. Redeemed our reputation. So it's only 1 point when we win, but it's... I guess we only eliminated like 1,200 of the troops anyway. Did we take any more losses? Yes and no. 1 damage, but we repaired it maybe? So against the infantry we do great. Yeah, go figure. But it turns out, yeah, against the artillery we don't. Also, not a big surprise, I think. Anyway, 3 days, 1 day. Oh, we technically could build more, but you know what? I actually don't think we have any reason to do that, so we'll even stick good old William over here so he can make my deliveries of resources more reliable. Too late for this current delivery. Too bad, but that's fine. And we'll keep the 100. We really don't need them. Alright, I don't know. Like I said, got to keep them on their toes. 300 are available to hire, so we really could fire 50. And that'll get us up to 150 with both pretty easily. I think we got to do it, man. Finances in this game are tricky enough. So if we want that number to go up, line go up requires that we, just treat people as numbers, which, because this is a game, thankfully, they are. All right, so the mail sponson's done. This gun is done. That's done. This done. Everything's done. All that remains is for us to go. Turns out those 50 workers going out the door are greeting 10 new engineers coming in the door. So we do want 10 more engineers for the design phase, which we'll hire. And this might backfire. I don't know if we're able to design this tank. Again, it comes down to that engine, but we'll find out in a second. All right, so we want to create another design. This is going to be the Mark 1, Mark 2. We'll be using, let's just take a look at the two engines. This is mobility. It's better. It works. I mean, I don't know. It works. It's also a lot lighter. Volume limit is higher. I mean, yeah, we got to use it. All right, Warhorse Mark 2. We will use the male sponson Mark 3. We will use also a male sponson Mark 3 on this side. We'll use our new Hotchkiss 3-pounders. And then we'll use the latest and greatest Hotchkiss 1914. This thing really should be knocking it out of the park in terms of performance. Anyways, it's nice. It doesn't have that many defects because we kept things in the yellow. I mean, the volume limit is just insane. It's great. We have no crew. Well, is that because of the crew? I guess that's because of the crew. So we only have 3 defects right now. I guess that'll change when we start picking up crew. Commander there. Yeah, look, the volume limit's going up mighty quickly. Driver. Commander. I didn't even notice these things on the bottom, but now I do. So we'll do actually we really don't have that many high requirements for this thing too. Like 3 gunner mechanics is sufficient. Or maybe a gunner loader? No, I think I like 3 gunner mechanics. And then 1 loader? I mean, that's pretty cheap too. This thing's production costs, okay, it does say 16.5, so that's not as cheap as I was hoping. We can also add some bullets and such to it. Get 1 of each. I think you can't reuse it. Yep. Odd to me even that you can reuse the HE Mark 1 and the HE Mark 2. I don't know, but whatever. We have rate of fire, damage, range, and kinetic penetration. I don't think kinetic penetration is going to be all that important. So it comes down to whether range and damage, range versus damage, tracers versus damage. Well, we can actually do both of them. So let's do standard and then tracers as well. Because that has the most range, and I think that'll be good. And then we'll choose the best fuel. And you have to say that this is just a significantly better as far as wanting heart attack, at least, goes. And we'll put the, I think we'll put the same green on it. We're not ready for a new camouflage yet. So, sign that, 36 days. I'm happy with it, though. Why is it called the Mark 1 Mark 1? Did I just do that? Well, it's not too late. Damn it. All for a name. Okay, just change the name. Just let me edit it. It's actually heavier? How did it end up heavier? I wonder. Okay, we got it. We can actually change this. It's the Mark 1 Mark 2, you ding-dongs. Yeah, it all looks good. Okay, so assign this one, do that one instead. Thank you. Okay, Mark 1, Mark 2 is on its way. 36 days, then to Proving Grounds, then test drive. So we have the 30 in stock for the next contract. We're ready to go in case something happens. But really, at this point, we just keep researching. And we know the next thing we want now is the scouting type tank. And that is this one. We could get the Hornet. I mean, we already have the Whippet. Do we have everything we need for the Whippet? I mean, probably yes. We already have the improved low. Yeah, we just got it. And we'll probably use the twin engine because it is the least... the weight option is really important to keep that weight low. I'd almost want to get this one just so we have better options to equip the previous 4-cylinder engine. But I'm just going to have to say it's good enough as it is. Firepower will be very good. We'll have a lot of these really heavy-hitting... Oh, we can do anti-infantry as well. That's pretty cool. But that's pretty expensive, so we'll probably wait on that. Yeah. So, I mean, really the question is whether or not we want to get the Hornet or we're fine with the Whippet. Why not just get the Hornet, right? This will take 64 days. It's going to take a while for all the other stuff to happen anyway, so we have the time, I think, to do this. So 64 days, sure, that's a long, long time. But it's, you know, it's 34 days until this is done, and then time after that for other things to happen, so... Yeah, okay. So we have nobody idle, that's the important thing, right? Well, we have 50 factory workers idle, but they're doing something, I'm going to pretend. Okay, so Belgium triumphed. We don't get to see the results of the last fight. I mean, what is my... Does it say what my tank's fame is at? It's at 0. Okay, so at least there's not a negative on it. Then I'm fine. I'll let it happen. Just a rare break here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Vanguard tank. Well, they're not going to be happy. It's going to be the same darn one. The interesting thing is they asked for 23, which means I can get up to 34, which means we need to very quickly produce 4 more tanks. Okay, well that can be done. This guy's still satisfying all the requirements, but again, once we can fit the firepower hard, way better. Gosh, it's going to be so much better. Protection should be a little bit better. Repairability is going to be way better because we went from the 5.5 reliability and repairability on the old thing to the 3.10 reliability repairability, which means 10 repairability. That'll be times 4. So that'll be great. The next tank we're making will satisfy this contract in like the best way. So I'm looking forward to that. But first of all, let's just get the 4 new tanks going. First, I want to see just if we don't hire new people, which would take 62 days. Yo, there is something to say about just like not, just if you chose not to, you know, get all 34, we could do that. But I think that why not just do this, right? Hire and play by the game's rules effectively. They'll patch this out eventually, I'm sure. Or will they? Hopefully they don't. I mean, this is like the low. This is just like there's a lot of quality of life things I'd like to see before they work on getting this figured out. Okay, yeah, 4 is exactly what we want. It's only going to take 6 days. My goodness. Well, even with delays, which the game does seem to love to throw at me, I think we'll be okay no matter what we set the contract to. So let's just go crazy with it. Alright, we'll do 34. We can deliver this basically as early as you'd like. That's maybe a little bit early. We probably could do that, though. But let's just be a little bit more reasonable. 10, 9. Even that seems doable. Then we can just make a ton of money on it. Oh, wow. I didn't realize we can go... Okay, let's drop that down a little bit. What are we working with against? 407? Well, we'll just take the 41,000. I mean, it's still going to be a ton of money. Assuming that, of course, that we do satisfy this. 34. So we'll have almost a full month. And we only need like 6 days. So I feel like this is all completely fine. I mean, I guess we could charge more. Or 7. Let's just go even more. Okay, look, we'll do this. So this was due on the 19th, which means get them there by the 18th. I'm just doing it. It's only 6 days. Shouldn't have any problem doing this. New resources have arrived, so you know, back order. Where's my grocery list? Ma, where's my grocery list? All right, 9,000. Let's go with 7,000 this time. I actually, let me go back and do 10 of these. Yeah, so 7 is fine. So let's do 9, 7, 3, 3, 0. Okay, good. And move forward. 3 days. They've accepted my contract. It's due in 17 days. We have all 34 ready to go. Please tell me it's 34, right? Good, good, good. We actually do have some urgency on this new tank design then, because we want to start building the new one as soon as the old contract's finished. Anyway, let's go to the delivery. Oh, yeah, delivery. And I guess one thing I could do is move my guy over here, so that my administrator, so that I get the reliability bonus. But once again, we do have like, oh my gosh, we have plenty of time, right? This is not due until, well, it's not due for a while. So because we're doing 34, we can do the top guy even 8 days, but I guess we'll still do the bottom one because that's what saved us last time. And who knows what this game's going to do. It might just go crazy and do it again. Yeah, maximum delay is 7 days. So this is 11 days. So basically, no matter what, we should get these in on time. Whew. Makes me feel good. $11 is the max. Yeah, we'll get it in on time. Perfect. That means that we have a whole bunch of workers who we no longer need. That's the same thing. These guys are probably so tired of hearing it, but go home. So with only 240, we should only fire 240. Because we want to be able to get up to 350 as, you know, as quickly as, well, instantly. So I guess we can shift this guy over. Why not do that, right? Okay, good. So 110 people idle, but we're going to be paid very well very soon. There it is. It says the time is out for one of your contracts. That's so scary. The reality is we just completed it early. But that's looking very healthy now. All right, good. And that means that we can take more chances on tanks. It's good to be in this position. Wish there was a way that we could upgrade our research. But we can only build 4 buildings per tier 1, and I don't really know how to get to tier 2. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, how you move the needle on this. To 400,000, like, excuse me? This must be intentionally set so it's impossible to get to the second tier. Because they haven't figured out what to do with tier 2 stuff. I don't know, maybe the game isn't balanced with that yet. But something, I mean, that's just crazy. It's going to take us forever to get there. Alright, anyway, let's move on. 1241. Unfortunately, we still have to do these shipments. Annoying, but... What was it? 9, 7... Wait, sorry. Get out of here. You're 9. You're... I know what I'm doing. It looks weird, but otherwise it would all zero out. 9, 7, 3. So we'll do 2 this time, and we'll do 3 here. 0. Fair enough. Go. Every time I hit escape, and then I have to queue instead. And moving on. 3 days. All right, cool. So at least the Mark 1, we're going to design some stuff, probably fire some engineers. Let's go to the Proving Grounds, though, first of all, and get this guy in there. Okay. We do have some engineering work which can happen. I don't think there's very much of it, so let's maybe lay off 20 of our 30 engineers. And let's see what we have left in engineering. See, I should have just moved right over to engineering. Would have saved a little bit of time. By the way, do we have any? Are there any trophies? Yeah, like the Whippet. It's actually going to take a substantial amount of time for us to get. In the meantime, we don't have the turrets that we want to use. We don't have this. We already have the best of the best on that. You know what? I'm glad that we didn't hire that many engineers. We are kind of in a good shape. Okay, we can do the Hornet as well. And yes, we might as well use the best. All right, 2-1-2. This Idler 2 is better. 2-3-2. 3-2-2 and lighter. I think light is so important that I am going to say that is more important. So the Idler Mark III is the one that wins. Good. We can do track inserts. Let's do it. Mud chutes. Yeah, this one is slightly better. I mean, it is just objectively better if you can take the extra weight. The weight is a problem, though. We want to keep weight low. Like I might. So 973. I'm going to go with this one because it's 500 pounds cheaper. Or kilograms. So like 1,000 pounds cheaper. Yeah, we'll definitely. And it also takes up less volume. So we'll definitely do the Sprung Rollers Mark I here. What are we sacrificing? Cross-country speed for range? I would prefer, I think, cross-country speed. But that's, we just got to observe weight limits here. And they will be pretty tight. 554, 553. But it is a little bit lighter. And it takes up less volume. But it also adds a lot of man-hour cost. I think I'll stick with the Sprocket Mark IV on this one. All right, 16 days. That's good. Lots of loading screens, though. I think that's probably a low-hanging fruit. I'm not sure how easy it'll be, but it's a pretty obvious, in that sense, low-hanging. Like an obvious direction for them to exert development resources. Okay, so that's 6 days. Keep going. Serbia, okay. Well, good luck to them. Delayed, that's fine. Despite my guy reducing the... Anyway. Alright, tank trials are finished, so let's go and get rid of some of the defects. Thankfully there's not that many, so there's not too many to amend. Which does take money. Although money's not a huge concern for us, like 500, 1,000. Not bad. We can actually start building this thing now, and hey, we have all those guys doing nothing anyways. And hey, if you're not going to work on reliability, then you might as well... Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Barely muted in time. But yeah, if you're not going to... If you're 10% reliability... Oh, it's delivery time. Okay, sorry. So yeah, if you're 10% reliability... Well, I mean, I guess I just prefer 30% man-hour cost. It's pretty... I think it's basically a no-brainer. He's much better here. But let's get this going. It's, again, back to the point where I might as well hire back some people. Oh, wow, we can get a lot of these going all at the same time. We can get a full run of 30. If that's the case, we are absolutely going to hire everyone back. Hopefully they missed us and are anxious to return. Hire. Yes. Well, since it's the same month, apparently, we're just cycling a different 240. 240 left in the beginning of the month, different 240, enter. It's bizarre, but, whatever. The bottom line is, hey, we can get our Mark 1, Mark 2 going at full speed. And I'll take 30 of them. 51 days? Okay. Well, if a new contract comes up, hopefully it won't come up in the next 10 days or so. So we have a little time to start getting the backlog going. that's still not bad. I mean, it obviously is taking more time to produce these than it was the other ones. It's a more complex tank. Oh, another thing is we actually... I know this is not terribly exciting, but we got to test drive it for the points. And this is actually kind of nice. I can sit back and relax a little bit. Let's see how this thing does. So, first thing I was going to ask is, how is it doing with the engine? But it appears to be okay. I don't know how they model the 4-cylinder versus 6-cylinder. I mean, there's not... It's possible for a 4-cylinder to be more powerful than a 6-cylinder. You know, I mean, not if most things are equal. Now, if you're operating on a level playing field between those two, that's not true. So, but it could be just a gigantic 4-cylinder engine. Who knows? I think we're going to cheat this one. So let's just take the machine gun. And we'll just go here. Oh man. Well, you know what? Dang it. I got it. I didn't want to go up that ramp. It takes too much time. Don't they know my recording time is precious? Okay, honestly, next time, if you want to see this, let me know in the comments. Or even if you don't want to see it, it's still probably good feedback to let me know if you do or you don't. But I'm probably, unless I get comments swaying me one way or another, I'm going to assume that this is not fantastically interesting. And I'm going to just cut away, and you won't have to see this on camera next time that I want to do the tank trials. I already hit that guy. Alright, then why don't you do this one? Good enough. I mean, you don't even have to do this as I've done it, because, you know, assuming that we can get through the only one I've ever failed on, and it was with the Whippet design, is the ditch which is coming up. Had some hard times with that. I have never looked for a way around it, as I think that this track may not be like bulletproof tight. As we've already seen, I was able to navigate around the elevated platform. I think you probably could do something similar for this ditch, the one I'm coming up to. And this is the one the Whippet did not cross for me. If anybody else is playing this and they have had the Whippet cross it, then let me know. Just because I don't know why, but I suspect you can probably climb up this hill, do some goofy stuff, get around it. I won't do that because I think that this one's not gonna have a problem. Oh lord. But obviously you don't actually have to meet a waypoint in the bottom of the ditch. They just want you to get to the other side. And this one right there is where it fails for the Whippet, but this one is able to do it. Go up, turn, fire. It's not terribly interesting. I think we can all... I mean, like, when they added this, I thought... I mean, I didn't know how it would be implemented, but I was cautious about whether or not I thought it would be interesting. I think it played out about as poorly as I feared it might. That it's just not interesting. Here we go, get some depression on the gun by running into a tree. It's perfect. Got it. And like I said, I don't think you need to really knock down all these. All we need is 300 points anyway at all. And I've never even seen what's beyond There's a couple of tanks off to the right on the last corridor, I think, you can hit. I mean, as soon as you get to 300 it ends, so I don't even know how many points those give you or what's even beyond that. Maybe there's another corridor beyond that. Keep giving you more stuff just in case you failed the earlier stuff. Is our fuel take actually going down, by the way? I have never paid any attention to that. And, you know, part of me is like, well, you know, is it really important to spend development resources on this? I'm all in for the Tycoon part. Plus, I don't even think some of the newer tanks are going to pass these trench things. Like, is this the same course that you'll be using in the 1950s? When people aren't building those big trenches? There she goes. Nice 20 kilometers an hour. It's pretty good. So we're at 270 points now. Blow that thing up by just shooting it with a machine gun. And we're pretty much done. Let's do these all backwards. Oh, we made it. So we got this assembly points thing. Are you supposed to play this card, or is it just something which passively influences your tank's performance? Because I didn't see any place to play it in the battle that we were a part of last time. And we're not in this one. Your tanks are not deployed, so... Okay, anyways, that's good. We're producing it. So I mean, whatever. We've done all of our due diligence. The tank is ready for a contract. Four days on that. Spain and Portugal. Oh, Spain and Portugal are getting into it. Oh no. Okay, Austro-Hungarian Empire and Serbia. That sounds like a familiar thing. You sure there's not a World War I somewhere around here? Alright, Hornet Mark 1 is done. Let's go ahead and get the body itself for that. Which is not the Hornet, believe it or not. I mean, funny enough. I don't know if we want the ammo storage. Just because it's very heavy. 150. I mean, fuel storage would also be nice for additional operational range. Yeah, do we add the tail wheel or not? It's like almost 400. I think the tail wheel might have been the reason why I didn't make it out of the ditch in the test course. But it seems to give you really good value. But the weight limit is going to be a problem. Can I guess I undo it this way. Like, for the same reason the fuel storage is probably better not to do. I don't know if the ammunition for secondary weapons is important, but... You know, it seems really important. I think I'll take it out. The weight might be more important. So this is ammo... Okay, where's ammo? Firepower soft, ammo is 6 versus ammo is 15. I think that's 6 points that'll play into firepower soft. But it's for 150. I think we will keep it then. Because firepower soft should be very important on those. And maneuverability is sure to be important as well, right? For a scout type tank. But I'm going to leave this off for the weight considerations. So we'll design this kind of like a true whippet. Worst case scenario, we get the Hornet and we make some modifications. We do things a little differently. No reason why we can't do that. Mix it up for the next one. Like, learn from our mistakes, basically. We just need a little bit of experience first. Okay, yeah. I was like, why didn't the whippet? That's right, because we got the Hornet. Okay, good. Fair enough. So after that one, we need to hire a couple engineers to get the new one going. Or do we? I guess, I mean, again, it's the same thing. I don't think those engineers have anything else to do, but it's funny, again. 10 engineers working for 50 days, in theory at least, is the same as 50 engineers working for 10 days. We pay them the same amount at that rate. That's actually not true, because if we pay, it's actually more, it's cheaper to pay more engineers for less time because you can fire them more quickly. And I think you only pay them if they're on staff at the end of the month. So, something for us to think about. Italy and Greece going to war. Everyone's going to war. This is just insane. More resources. Continually buy resources. We're still behind. Always behind on resources. Africa. How's the total glass situation looking, by the way? That's at 2,000 still. So it looks like that one order of 2,000 or whatever from Oceania has been enough. Okay. What's our stockpile of medium? It's like not hugely overcoming the amount of iron, so we'll just keep doing it the same way. Okay, battle's begun. We're our tank. We can't get contracts from other nations, but I haven't seen that happen yet. Okay, improved hull. It's our next research topic. It's barely... You know, I mean, it doesn't make sense not to do it, right? So I think we got to cancel the medium whippet. You know what? It's only 3 more days. We'll take it. We'll take 3 days of a hit just to compare the differences. Because we didn't put the ammunition... I mean, we didn't put the fuel rack and all that. We might want to use it on the Hornet design instead. Combo Sponson. This seems really good. And I think we want that for eventually what will be the rhomboidal design. That's 20,000 though. Well, we're going to want both for that rhomboidal design, but I think that getting the rhomboidal, extended rhomboidal, basically the Mark 4 or 6, I forget what it's called. Mark 5? Mark 4, 5, or 6. I think it's the Mark 6. Okay, it's the Mark 5. Getting the Mark 5 will be more important than getting the combo, because we can, it'll add a benefit, like protection benefits, with the upgraded sponsons and all that, beyond what just getting the combo Mark 1 will. Ability-wise, we're going to want this one as well. In fact, that might be the best thing for us to do next. If we had gotten that one before... What did we just finish research? Okay, we did that one. That was a good call. Yeah, obviously we wanted that. But if we had gotten this one first, we could have improved the low pass running with any of the parts from the high pass running. I think we'll just go with the engine next, though. Yeah, out of all the things, let's go with the engine. Okay, 3 days on that. Oh, by the way, there's no contracts that we can... Yeah, okay, good. So medium whip is done. We're going to want to start the Hornet now. Alright. RHA, bolted. Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't do ammo storage on this one. It's definitely going to be heavier. They actually put the fuel storage on this one by default. But we have a backup. Okay, 27, 7, 3... So this one's lighter at 19 versus 27, but it's 7 crew safety and 2 top ricochet, so it's basically the same thing. I think we'll go with the Mark II on this. It's pretty even. I don't think we'll take this for the extra armor, because scout tanks just don't care about that, right? And again, this is pretty expensive, pretty heavy. It does give us 3 agility. This is going to be a heavier tank to begin with. So 400 is less of a percentage gain. I mean, I just debated whether or not to add 9 kilograms, and now I'm debating whether, and I didn't do it, and now I'm asking the question about adding like 400. Penny wise, pound foolish. But this gives you a lot of good stats. I think I'm going to add it. Crazy as that sounds. 42 days. You know what? Yeah. We probably do want to get this done a little bit faster, so let me go to components. It's there. We'll research it. We'll save it. Let me add engineers. Actually, we're done with this episode, so let me just call this one to a close. We'll finish this in the next Until then, thanks for watching and take care.